Yeah, that's right, Studios. And No You Productions presents Margera, The Meltdown, and Beyond. No You.
A, B, C. And then we don't know mine because you think I'm crazy. Well, if everything is that way of English and everything's that way of Strigoi, it's gonna look like scribble eventually. It's gonna look like scribble scrabble because the more you master the language, the more you can tell what you're writing by the shapes. And then when it becomes nothing at all, it becomes on this side a D, English, and on that side a D. So now it just becomes half. When you read the circle, it's just a C on both angles. So a 0 is technically a C. A 0 is a C is everything in Lasky and Strigoi, and it's everything in English. It's everything of how it got created. So, because, why? Because I said so. That would mean E. E.
Hi, I'm Margera, and this is Breaking Out of Rehab. A lot of people think that light-skinned straccioli is just some crazy shit that I made up on my fucking brain. But that's because they don't understand the true mathematics and science. Alright, it's actually based off the ancient art of reading turtle erections. One word equals one dimension. String words together and they carry meaning across 2 dimensions. 2 points is 2 dimensions. I could literally write my plans on the wall. You fucking doctors won't even fucking do anything about it because they're so fucking stupid they can't even fucking read the light-skinned straccioli. Now let's go slaughter this chicken. Now all we gotta do is masturbate in this chicken blood and then follow what this straccioli tells us. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It says, call Vinny. Fucking Don Vito's dead. Fuck is this straccioli talking about? Maybe they mean Vinny from the Jersey Shore? I don't even know no goddamn Vinnies. I'm gonna have to go through my fucking phone and see what this goddamn straccioli is talking about.
Hello?
Vinny fucking Beetle, how the fuck are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm actually severely depressed, ma'am. Ever since you got locked up, my life ain't been going too well. God, I'm miserable, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me about it. They got me locked up in this 3-bedroom, 2-bath shithole where the fucking private chef doesn't even stay open past 10 p.m. I can't even get no fucking midnight enchiladas, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, that sounds really terrible. You know, my wife and I would like to get a 2-bedroom at some point, seeing as we have the kids.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Listen here, Vinny, I was speaking to the straccioli, and it said I need to call Vinny, so I need you to come down here and break me out of rehab, you understand?
Well, I don't know, ma'am. That sounds like big dick energy. You know I have a tiny penis, ma'am. You know that about me.
God damn it, Vinny, not everything in this world is about your fucking goddamn tiny penis. Now get the fuck over here and get me out of rehab before I go fucking crazy.
I guess I'm on my way, ma'am. I'll be right there.
1 week later.
God damn it, Vinny, where the fuck are you?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. I got tied up at the office. I've been doing all kinds of crazy family stuff. I'm on my way. I'm halfway there right now. I'm literally coming right now. Just hang on, okay, ma'am? I'm coming. Hi, my name's Vinny. I'm here to sign out Margera.
Are you the guy with the little dick that's getting him out of here?
Yeah, that's me. It's pretty tiny. You want to see?
That's fine. He's upstairs on the 2nd floor. Just make sure he signs out before he leaves, okay?
Oh, you got it. Yeah, we're not breaking any rules around here. All right, I'm gonna go get him. Dun 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 dun. Hey, can you tell me where Margera's room is?
It's the third door on the right. Let us know if you need anything, Mr. Beetle. We'd be happy to arrange a car for you if necessary. Fucking Vinny Beetle, Jesus goddamn Christ. Took you long enough to get here. What, did you get lost?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bam. There was a fire at the orphanage and nobody was around, so I had to go in there and rescue the children. And then there was a car.
Post-watch daytime talk show.
Dr. Phil, I need your help in a big, big way. My family is in shambles.
Bam Margera.
I'm amazed that I tried for your help and Dr. Phil's team is here. I'm like, how did they find me?
When I see a young man that's in trouble and asking for help, my ears prick up.
The issues.
Do you have trouble handling alcohol?
Not lately.
Is there something wrong with you?
No.
Why are you here?
His mother.
You are addicted to drama and entitlement.
I don't want to talk to you ever again.
His wife.
You don't listen. You don't follow rules.
You've been yelling at her. You do this, you do that, you do this. That's just purely abusive.
The outbursts.
You were kicked off a flight.
You think anybody can do 50 shots of tequila? You idiots.
Does that seem like a reasonable conversation to be having? You calling him an idiot and a moron?
And his cry for help.
I've just lost hope on doctors. The last person I left was Dr. Phil, or else I give up.
A Dr. Phil exclusive.
Tell me about your little boy.
He is the raddest kid ever. He's like my best friend, and I've known him not even 2 years.
So you'd die for him.
Yeah, big time.
And the question is, will you live for him? Bam Margera is best known for his role on the hit MTV show Jackass. The series, created by actor and comedian Johnny Knoxville, followed a group of friends performing wild stunts. Bam and his crew rocketed to fame by, well, the title says it all, acting like jackasses. The show became wildly popular and led to 3 major motion pictures and the spin-offs Viva La Bam and Bam's Unholy Union. But today, 19 years after the premiere of Jackass, Bam's story no longer has fans laughing. In fact, they're worried for his health, his safety, and his life.
Reunited with Bam Margera.
Yeah, Bam, you drink coffee in the morning?
Big time.
Propane coffee. It's going down, dude. That's coffee. Cheers, dogs.
Cheers.
Yeah.
You ever surf, Bam?
I've tried about 6 times and never been able to stand up properly.
You ain't got nothing for Christmas.
Artie is not broken, neither is Bam. So that's 2 things that people need to like get through their heads. These guys have
say,
money.
Wayne, I mean, Bell, the videos you've made of Bam are fucking great.
Ian, you made videos about
His
Bam.
craziness.
Vinny, how about you give us the transition? How did you go from Artie to Bam?
Well, Artie went to jail. I brought him to court. And the next day,
Good man.
I got a text message from Bam's manager saying, is this the comedian that was working with Artie Lang? And I said, yeah.
Okay.
And
That's one way.
I said, yeah. And they had an event up in Detroit, and there was 400 people coming to see Bam, but he had never done a live show before, so he didn't know what the fuck to do. So they offered me some money, and I drove to Detroit from Connecticut. I drove like 15 hours. And
Is this the show we have footage of where he's standing on stage giving the finger?
Yeah.
How did Bam do?
I mean, so he was like really drunk when I got to the venue that night, and he was nervous and didn't want to go out on stage. I said, "Do you really need the money?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, well, then let me go out there. I'll go out there and I'll do about 5 minutes of stand up. And if they're laughing, then come out and I'll stay on stage with you and we'll get through it together. I said, and this is the first time I met him, really. I said,
This dude in the trenches, like,
I
I'm
said,
not
and if
leaving
I-
a soldier behind. Come on, Bam, we're gonna get through this. Shoulder up.
Yeah, and I said, and if I suck, then walk out the back door and go on with your fucking life, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and then I was pretty good. He came out, and it was, he was definitely drunk, but it was, I don't know, man. I mean, people.
Isn't it kind of funny though? Like, isn't it kind of funny that someone that millions of people have seen shoot a bottle rocket out of his ass is scared to go tell stories on stage in front of 30 people?
What he explained to me is that when they were filming, it was actually 400 people. And when they were filming, there would only be about 20 or 30, 50 people at the most around. So just a large audience and the expectation of them paying. And he does care about his fans a lot, Bam. So, I mean, he's the kind of guy that'll meet everybody after the show. So, it's like,
yeah, it seems like you would want a celebrity to be like that. But you also, you're almost afraid of it getting taken too far. Like around me, it feels like Bam just has like when he makes those Instagram videos and he's like, fuck Johnny Knoxville, fuck Jeff Tremaine, which he might have valid reasons for. But then he's like, shout out to the fucking guy from Sublime. And it's like, okay, did you like go hang out at his house one time? And he's like your homie now. Like that's an enabler. That's not your friend.
Well, yeah, and that's what everybody pinned me as right away. And I swear to God, I was just like, I'm just gonna lean into it because I'm being labeled as such. And I was working with Artie, which I don't know if you guys know about that Nightwave radio guy. I did this thing about me.
Okay, this I did not know about this.
The guy that's on screen currently.
Sitting in my So I'm sitting in my living room, bro, one day, and my friend comes over and he's like, "Dude, shit with Bam's getting crazy." I go, "Bro," I said, "every day there's new on YouTube about me," and that was like after I just kind of seen some of Ian's stuff, and I like Ian's stuff a lot. And then I came over and I YouTubed Vinny Beetle, and dude, this guy was doing a live fucking YouTube about me as I searched my name.
Oh yeah,
and he's
so that'll happen.
But anyway, I'm going to give him credit. He might be one of these Ross Dog guys' friends, but I don't care. He did a good video. He did a nice little compilation here.
He's calling me balloons, and he's calling me this and that, and even he's reporting it wrong, and he's saying I'm the drug dealer, I'm the reason. And so I was like, fuck, man.
Let me tell you a little bit of our history. Lane makes those videos, and this guy Mersh is one of our enemies, and he's our enemy because he copies us and copies other people that we like. Right. So he saw our documentary and then used that as the source material to go after you.
I see. And so I was like, you know what? I'm like, fuck this dude. So I basically ended up just leaning into it. And, that was, I believe that was before I went on Come Town a second time. And
yeah, because the Come Town not guys, a new movie, right?
Like, I think
that's right, Kenny.
Bam's always loaded. That's why he's loaded.
Thank you, Kenny.
He's always loaded. He's always strong.
If I can give some structure to this, I want to hear more about this Mersh, and then we'll jump to the next part of this. So, what did Mersh get wrong?
I'll be honest. I kind of want to hear more of Kenny.
Yeah.
See, Benny, this is something you never hear Ian say. No.
Thank you,
I just think retards are good for radio, Ken. That's all.
Well, Kenny was on the Howard Stern show.
Oh, cool, man.
I called in a few times. I wasn't actually on the show.
Are you Bigfoot? Are you Bigfoot?
No, I'm not an actual whackpacker. I'm just.
He's more of a long brain.
No, you. Okay.
Hey, it's me, Nightwave Radio. Hey, Vinny, shut the fuck up. You're an enabler, you fucking piece of shit. You know you gave him the drugs. Why are you acting like my facts ain't right, bro?
Yeah, so Mersh was going after you, and then you went back on Come Town. The first time you went on Come Town, it kind of seemed like the Come Town guys weren't really like vibing with you. Like, almost seemed like they were confused why you were there.
They were not vibing with me at all. They did not want me on the show, but I'm like a straight up gamer. I'm Italian.
But the second time you came in, they're like, we don't even care about Bam now. It's all about Vinny. Like, now that's all that we care about.
Deal? Bam. Since agreeing to go to rehab, Bam's journey has been far from easy. Bam went to detox at Aloe House Recovery, but he didn't stay put. First, he went on a field trip from the facility and decided it would be a great idea to get a tattoo of my name on his neck.
I gotta pay my respects to Dr. Phil to get me some help.
And while I was flattered, I think, I told my team he needs to remain focused on his recovery and stop running around the streets of Hollywood. Unfortunately, he didn't listen. And
So I'm gonna smoke crack with the bums down at the boardwalk until I'm dead unless you deliver me Phoenix. This is an official message to anybody that cares about me whatsoever. I haven't seen Phoenix in 2 months, and I'm so fed up. I cry every day. I miss him so much, and I know that I have to wake up every day knowing that I probably won't get to talk to him or see him. So yes, Nikki drives me to drink. So does my mom, and so does my pep talking dad who tells me nothing but I'm a fat loser piece of drug addict.
We can talk about Bam Margera for a little bit.
Yeah,
can we scratch the surface on Bam Margera for like 20 minutes? We don't even have to really get into it. I just have to talk about it a little bit.
All right. Well, how about let me intro the show, and then do you want to play the short Philip Way video I had, and then
guys, can we just acknowledge that
you know so much? What's the answer, Snake? Yeah.
Vinny Beetle was right. Bam Margera's family has turned against him and are now all saying that he is threatening to kill them, that he's crazy, and that he's on meth, and that he needs to go to jail for his own safety. So,
By the way,
Vindicated Beetle was right. They are all conspiring against Bam Margera, and this man needs to be saved before we watch him get sacrificed like Lindsay Lohan in that episode of South Park where the town killed her so that they'd have a good harvest that season.
You mean Britney Spears? Hello?
Kenny, you might have to go soon.
Britney Spears on South Park.
Thank you, Kenny.
That was a whale of a tale. Thank you, Kenny.
Hate you.
Thank you, Labooni. Labooni just sticks his head out just to spit out random facts. So the Bam Margera thing, I have been doing my best to kind of keep up with it, but the story comes to us sort of piecemeal through various screenshots and a lot of different people with contradicting stories.
We got 3 main sources of information and then a 4th one that's less credible. Let's go over our least credible source, which is TMZ. So that's the closest thing to mainstream news that we got reporting on this. Now, the 3 actual sources of information are Scumbag Vinny Beetle, Bam Margera's secret Instagram account that I think only I follow, and what the fuck was the other one?
Jesse Margera?
No, not Jesse.
Surprise
Margera.
Witness girl?
He's a new player. We have a crazy true crime lady that wears alien ears on her head so that she can communicate with the mothership. Those are our 3 sources. Those are the 3 most credible sources we have for Bam Margera news.
Alien head bitch is kind of hot. Yeah, that's right.
So
Bam Margera probably fucked her, Kenny. So
do you want
to? Next, a bit, I kind of look like Bam Margera.
Maybe we'll do this where you put a coin under a cup, and we got 3 cups. We're gonna move them around. Can you give us each different person's telling of the story?
Let's go with Vinny Beetle's story since it's our oldest source. Vinny Beetle says that his entire family, the Margeras, are using him for money, are hiding information from him. They have control of all of his social media accounts and his phone, and are setting him up by inviting him to airport bars to visit, drinking with him, buying him shots, and then when he's drunk, they call the police and say, he's drinking, send him back to rehab. And a white van full of guys literally pulls up and throws Bam in the back of the van, like a 1940s movie. And they drive off and take him back to rehab. That's Vinny Beetle's story.
When Vinny started saying this, nobody believed him. All of the Bam fans attacked him. And so that lends credibility to it to me. That it was like, Yeah, he said he took one for the team. He was like, I don't know what you guys have heard, but this is what's happening. And basically, they were 41-15 Bam from rehab to rehab, and they were just doing this for like, I don't know, at least a year and a half, 2 years.
And now, if you remember when you did the Vinny Beetle interview, what was the main thing he said that people were like, you shouldn't have said that. Now Bam's going to hate you and never talk to you again. It was Bam and his wife, Nikki, smoke meth. That was the allegation from scumbag Vinny Beetle, that I've seen Bam cop meth before, and I know what he's like sober, I know what he's like drunk, and I know what he's like on meth. And they're 3 different Bams. That was what really alienated Vinny, where he had to go become a full-time Disney reseller on eBay and completely disowned Bam Margera from his life because he said it was not worth the stress of being his only true friend. That was Vinny Beetle.
Or a man who called...
Which Bam are you going to party with in California, Al?
Well, meth, obviously. For somebody who calls themselves Scumbag Vinny, who claims to be mafioso, their entire thing is scamming. For them to say, I can't hang out with the money right now, it tells you the Bam was going to...
is too deep. The scam is too bad. Scumbag Vinny, on my good conscience, cannot keep this scam going.
Hey, I do a lot of things, but I got a fucking family. You know what I'm saying? I can't be fucking.
I never thought of just making him Italian.
Good idea.
Now, the big sort of linchpin to all of this is that the conservatorship, they took all of Bam's money. They got his money taken away like Britney Spears. And it went to his family, who I would have imagined was already filthy rich, since he, his entire family is retards. That's something you were bringing up early. That he is literally the smartest, most successful person in that gene pool. All of them were set for life. I find it hard to comprehend, that his entire family, that he took them out of whatever shithole they were in and made them all millionaires. That they're just like, we must destroy the golden child. We must eat his flesh.
They must be so scared of him losing whatever money he just won from his lawsuit in Jackass. They must be freaking out because it's like
true.
Bunker down the hatches, bust all emergency levers. We need say whatever you gotta say. We're sending this dude back to fucking rehab. We cannot trust him. And it doesn't feel like they're worried about his well-being. It feels like they're worried about the well-being of his money, which is really concerning to me. The thing that you said of all the Margeras being retarded, which is precisely true. Everyone's worried, Bam's a piece of shit, Bam's a druggie, an alcoholic, he needs to get his shit together. That can all be true, and Bam can still be smarter and more capable than every one of the dumb, idiot, inbred pieces of shit in his family.
I mean, he's bilingual. He speaks Stricoli. That's a big thing for that family.
I don't like the third-term abortion of Bam's fucking sense of humor that his family has. Where while he was on TV and in skate videos, you thought it was cute for Bam to drive through the wall in a Hummer, get out and beat you with a fucking rubber bat, you know what I mean? And then kick you down a flight of stairs and laugh at you. You thought that shit was funny when it was making a bunch of money. And I understand it's a TV show and that, there's a line between reality and TV. But when you've been doing the TV show since you were fucking 14 years old and you only get to stop because of COVID in your late 30s or early 40s.
I lost contact with Bam. He changed his phone number, and recently I asked for his new number from a random person who I knew had it, and I sent him a message just congratulating him on more than 120 days of sobriety, and just no.
That's amazing.
But I got no response, and that did hurt my feelings. I've always loved Bam from the very beginning. I was just so jealous of his ability to make compelling and hilarious footage out of anything.
Bam knew he had hit rock bottom and made a public cry for help. He managed to get a message to me, posting a series of videos to his Instagram.
I want Dr. Phil.
Bam, you need to get some help.
No, Sherlock.
I've seen 28 doctors. I've been to 4 rehabs.
I need Dr. Phil. I'm trying to get Dr. Phil. Why do you think I'm doing this? I want Dr. Phil.
Bam claimed he was ready to stop running and would listen to whatever I said. I didn't fall for that completely, but I did see an opening to maybe start a dialogue. The journey was anything but easy, and it all played out in real time as Bam made major news headlines.
Bam Margera had a really, really rough weekend. In fact, he himself admitted he needs help.
Dr. Phil, I need your help in a big, big way.
Former Jackass star shared a series of troubling videos citing different reasons why he wants Dr. Phil to intervene.
As we speak right now, we found out he is at Dr. Phil's studio right now.
Bam's mother, April, and his wife, Nikki, were desperate for Bam to get help. They said Bam had become increasingly erratic and they feared he was using drugs.
Being married to Bam, it's kind of an emotional roller coaster. Like when it's really, really good, it's really, really good. And then when it gets really bad, it gets really, really bad. He suffers from drug and alcohol abuse, and that's when he's at his worst.
I think he's addicted to adrenaline and amphetamines, and he abuses Adderall. He has done cocaine. I'm finding like smoked light bulbs. One day we found a bag of meth that his little dealer must have left in the mailbox.
I just see him slowly dying. I need him as a partner, and Phoenix needs him as a dad. The cops don't do their job when it comes to Bam. They're one of the biggest reasons why he is as bad as he is today. He gets away with everything. He has no repercussions. Because of who he is, being a jackass, they'll just laugh it off, give him a ride home, be like, hey, can we get a photo?
When Bam says that he's not drinking, he's not doing drugs, that he's sober, we know that he's drinking. Doesn't take a genius to see that. When he's acting crazy, I know he's on drugs. He's lying to us, but more than anything, he's lying to himself.
Today, in an emotional interview, Bam faces his demons. What do you say, man?
How you doing? Nice
How's
to
it
meet you.
going? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. We actually, your son Jordan, we have a mutual friend, and I don't know if you know how talented he is at guitar, but really, really good.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell Jordan we talked.
I'm amazed that I cry for your help, and then I didn't even know what hotel I was going to in Austin. I did a Comic-Con. They were taking me to another one. They're like, Dr. Phil's team is here. I'm like, how did they find me? I'm like, that is awesome.
As you just mentioned, Jordan, and I got another son, Jay, I've got 2 boys.
Yeah.
About your age. And when I see a young man that's in trouble and asking for help,
Who had a good time, by the way. You went to the Phillies game and everything. Now, down here in the Pirate Bar, we had so many bubbles that there were bubbles that came up to here. You couldn't even see your hand in front of you. There were so many suds and bubbles that kind of ruined the house. Developed some, yeah.
You know, my ears prick up.
I've seen 28 doctors, and they all tell me something different. But I watch you, and I'm like, Dr. Phil is always right. If I agree with him on everything, and he's never gone wrong, I need Dr. Phil. And if he's telling me that I'm doing something wrong, I'll obey.
Well, I'm not always right, but
to me,
I'm always attentive, and I'll tell you what I think. So look, are you doing drugs right now?
No.
Are you high right now?
No.
Residually?
I'll tell you exactly. I had on the flight 2 hot teas with a lot of salt because I had a sore throat, 1 glass of champagne, and then every day I take 2 10-milligram Adderalls. But not to mention, I have all these other things that all these doctors want me to take, and I just stopped taking them because A, I can't tell what it does. B, I just feel weird taking it. I don't know. Like when I took Seroquel, they were like, "This is for your depression." I'm like, "All right." Well, the only reason why I'm depressed is because I'm a skateboarder, and skateboarders have to be as thin as they possibly can be, and I cannot lose this 15 pounds, the last 15 pounds, for the life of me. So I'm depressed because I can't lose this.
What drugs have you done?
A lot of coke when I tried it for the first time at 25. Probably did it pretty frequent till 29. Adderall when I could get it until I finally got my own prescription. I've tried ecstasy. I hate mushrooms. I hate weed. I don't mind Xanax, but I don't necessarily want it.
How about meth?
Yeah, I've tried that. Here and there, I would do it, but it's rare.
Is there something wrong with you?
No.
Then why are you here?
Because my mom makes me go crazy, and then my wife is 90% perfect.
This is the crew that I assemble right here, Steve. Hey, brother. How are you?
We just been staring at the dude's fucking face and just stewing about it.
I don't have them papers. Do you have papers?
I think I do.
Yeah, we had them. I'm Brandon.
He's the world's biggest shitbag.
World's biggest shitbag.
He thought I was a shitbag.
So this guy's going to hell tonight.
Hi, I'm Brandon Novak. Like, people suck my dick for money, dude. Real good way to get heroin.
Quick way to get
Get tested.
But she has this one massive flaw. It's called stubborn. She's so stubborn that I printed 3 pages on what stubborn is. She was too stubborn to even read stubborn. My mom can make me go bonkers because she doesn't listen to you. She already knows what she's going to say of her problem with you when you're trying to ask me a question. And then when she's talking, it's usually negative. It's something that she has a problem with. It's never thumbs up. It's always a thumbs down of talking nowhere fast. It makes me go mental. She always wants to know what's going on at the Castle House, and she never wants me to know about it. So she has to text all my friends and be like, "Don't tell Bam, but what's going on over there at the house?" And I think it's messed up.
And your mother's name is?
April.
And your dad's name is Phil. You've been to rehab 4 times?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with you?
The first time I went to rehab.
Well, I didn't ask you about the first time.
Okay.
You got to let me do this interview.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay, I will.
You've been to rehab 4 times. And I said, is there something wrong with you? There must be something wrong with you or you wouldn't be here.
They said that I might, the people at the rehab, they say I may have bipolar.
Why have you been to rehab 4 times?
Mainly alcohol.
Were you in fact an alcoholic? Were you abusing alcohol?
I thought I was fine, but now I realize now I wasn't fine.
Do you have trouble handling alcohol?
Not.
Okay, we're making history here. For the first time ever, Bam's my designated driver.
Yes, that is very true. You can say it.
He's very sober, he's very fucking doing very
I'm
well.
the designated motherfucking driver.
You believe that?
Jesus,
if you told me fucking 10 years ago.
Lately, and it's been a long time, I'd say 2013, it was pretty bad. I would have to wake up to Jack Daniels and hot tea. And then throughout the day, I would just keep kind of sipping on that. And by the end of the day, I'd be pretty hammered. If I drink now, it's once a week, and it's like 2 beers. And if a new friend shows up that I haven't seen in a while, it's 3.
You were kicked off a flight last Saturday?
Yeah.
For what?
Because they thought I smelled like alcohol. I had 1 drink.
You also have an integrity issue because there's a minute ago you said you had 50.
Because I'm with you, you idiot.
They just walked by and said, "You smell like alcohol, get off."
I was kind of like, no way, this is crazy. Because I'm sitting next to the same 92-year-old man, and he was telling me all about the war, and like, they thought that I was like talking to strangers that I didn't know. And they're like, "Are you sure you're able to be on this flight?" I'm like, yeah.
Well, here's what you posted after that.
What are you, a moron? You think anybody can do 50 shots of tequila?
Listen, your word,
you got out of your mind.
That's your word, my brother.
Nobody can do 50 shots of tequila. You'd be dead.
I know that, yeah.
So you believe me? You should be fired if you believe me.
Yeah, like I said, man.
You should be fired if you believe me.
Does that seem like a reasonable conversation to be having in an airport?
Absolutely not.
I mean, does it seem like you calling him an idiot and a moron and throwing bombs?
I was just trying to see how stupid this guy was. And he was that dumb to think that I had 50 shots of tequila.
And I'm going to assume he was probably the one that called the cops which caused Bam to jump out of a window and flee into the woods with an 8-year-old, which is the scariest part to me is like, if he is on meth with an 8-year-old.
By the way, this is all Jess Margera's side of the story. There is nothing that confirms any of this, and I do not know what the 8-year-old thing is.
You mean
so if you want to
bullshitting and not being the truth?
Perhaps.
If you want to read that, and I'm going to go find a quick clip of him so that we can get to know Jesse, and then maybe you can tell us kind of a little bit about him.
Well, Jess Margera, who, by the way, if you didn't know, Kenny, this is, I think, the lead guitarist for CKY or the lead drummer for CKY. And so,
nice. I remember they had a little band.
Yeah, they had a little band. You might have heard of it. And so, Jess Margera says, "I was on the road to ruin in 2004, living in LA, playing the game, drinking way too much, doing too much drugs. Then I found out about Ava, and it scared the shit out of me. A little human depends on me. I can't fuck up. I'm so glad I chose to be a good dad instead of a selfish fuck."
You've been living off your brother. You're selfish fuck.
That's fair. That's fair, Kenny. Now, fuck yeah, dude. Can we please make sure the Tony Hawk soundtrack comes in a few more times?
All right, testing. Can you? Hey,
Uncle Dusty in the house.
My man.
Uncle Chop Chop.
What up, Doc?
Hello, Uncle Chop Chop.
Listen, guys. I came here to chew bubblegum and suck tranny dick, dude.
Well, that's perfect.
You goddamn right. You tell him, Kenny. No, you. Let's go.
Music rules. It's funny you say that, Uncle Dusty, because we're talking about Bam Margera right now, who, if you follow Bam Margera on Instagram, is not afraid to admit that he'll suck some dick if it gets him what he wants.
Is that right? Is he? He's hitting the logo Philly glory holes. Huh?
We are now up to more than 3 admissions. I will suck your tuna can if you do this for me. So,
Man, it's like, you got pipe full of meth. I'll bend over. You put your cock right in.
You put it right in.
Possibly.
That's right. You got.
Let's see his cock.
Meth, that's what you say. If you got meth, I'll suck your dick. That's what
Found it.
Oh wow!
All right.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to head over to Show Prep, I'm dropping a link to Reddit. If you guys haven't met this character, and he's new to my life as of this week.
Okay,
I had never.
Before we get to Chinese Elon Musk over here, Ian, can we just put the book on now? What was the thing with Jess and him having a baby in 2004?
Well, he's a pillar of sobriety. This is what it would be like if Bam himself, had gotten sober, and he's probably tried to get Bam sober. This is the good older brother. And now he's a father. His life revolves around his kids. We're about to meet and see what he looks like current day, and you can tell me what kind of father, what kind of things can you tell about him after 5 seconds of seeing him talk. I also hate these tweets. A lot of people have been doing this. Fucking Mersh and Jesse have also been doing these tweets constantly. And it's this insecure thing where you're like, yeah, look, I'm not insecure. Look how I'm the best. It's a good thing I told everyone I'm the best. Like, what would compel someone to be like, I sure have to tell people I turned my life around 3 years ago.
E-Celeb Mersh made sure to mock you on Twitter this week, Ian Ellis, because you made fun of one of his comments on what's obviously your Twitter account, the With Apologies podcast Twitter account. And he said that, wow, you've been doing this for 4 years and you only have 77 Twitter followers, huh? Wow, you're doing so good.
Well, he should watch my premiere tonight where I'll be
that's like such a Moon Man like in theory type thing to say, which is like, I get more viewers than you, so I must be better, which is something you would only say if you did not have to work hard for your viewers, if you did not have legitimate viewers or you were not a legitimate celebrity.
Jenny, shut up.
Great point.
I'll have you know this, Mersh. I've been doing this for 10 years, and half those accounts are me following myself on different accounts. So it's really only 50 people. So put that in your crack pipe and smoke it.
It's the idea.
I love it.
It's the idea that, like, oh, everyone is out here trying to get followers on Twitter, or everyone wants to have the most live viewers on YouTube. If we wanted to have the most live viewers on YouTube, we'd still be hanging out with Making Lemonade and the fucking true crime community. Like, they're actually getting 300 viewers a stream. They are too stupid. They're too much of fucking boomers to even know how to buy view bots. So I know they're not doing it.
I hope you're not telling me that me having all of my friends dress up as anime characters is some obscure idea that's not going to make us famous.
I have a very slight.
Where's my anime character, man?
I sent it to you on Discord. I sent it to you on Discord. Uncle Chop.
All right, I got to figure
every
it out.
one of your ideas will not make
Your
millions of dollars. None of your ideas are going to make millions. Sorry.
Well, I'll tell you this is I'm 5 years ahead of reality. And all of my ideas are successful for other people. So in about 5 years, you're going to see a bunch of Dragon Ball people streaming together, a bunch of Ninja Turtle guys streaming together, Transformer guys streaming together. And they're all going to make millions of dollars.
I'm annoyed that this is probably spot on.
And I'm just going to be like
5 years later, that douchebag Ian was right.
I'm gonna be
I'm streaming with all turtle guys. That's right.
I'm gonna be watching my son try out for the NFL and secretly watching Red Bar on my iPhone because I don't understand sports. That's what's in the cards for me.
Be like, Dad, you're still watching
Too
Red
bad,
Bar?
faggot.
Mike stopped being cool like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I'll give him that much.
I like Kenny's strategy. I'm sorry, Kenny. I like his strategy where Kenny tags his own lines.
Before he finishes them.
Right. Before he's gotten to the end, he's gone to the next line. He's kind of like a rapper, how he starts his bar before the last one ended. Okay, so we have Jessica's brother on the Let's Talk BAM subreddit. So I don't know who this is. Let's see who this is.
Who is Jessica?
I'm assuming that's Jess Margera. I do not believe there are any heroes in this situation to the BAM Reddit either. But
I thought this was a transgender.
Sure. Okay, well, let's see what he has to say.
I honestly hope you fucking rot in hell, Jessica. You stole $6,000 off me. You fucked up my best friend's life. You fucked up my life. You piece of shit.
Okay, Ian, I do not even know.
Who is Jessica?
This is the thing with the Bam Margera drama. The Bam Margera drama it's all Vinny Beetle's the most relevant person involved besides Bam. So everyone else you're gonna run into is gonna be a game of who the fuck are we talking about? Because none of these people are relevant.
Stop whining.
I'm sorry.
Jessica is. Who's Jessica?
I think Jessica might be Bam's new girlfriend, and there is this B story that I'm not really keeping up with, where Bam's dating this girl who's, I guess, crazy and has a daughter, and Bam is convinced it's his daughter now, even though I'm pretty sure they just started dating like within the last few months. That's a little aggressive as a stepdad, but besides that,
He
I
thinks if he
think there's
fucks the kid, it's his kid. It's like, no, it's my kid. I fucked it. I fucked it, promise.
Stepdaughter.
And when he was on
DDLG.
that surprise, Witnesses show, the alien girl, he mentioned a couple times that he didn't have his phone because the girl had it. They kept referring to her as the girl because they were trying. She's like, I couldn't text you because the girl had your phone, right? He's like, yeah. So there's some girl that has Bam's phone. I guess that's Jessica. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, all this is on the tail end of like we were worried that Bam was like being treated for mental illness by a woman who has killed all of her previous patients.
That's Lima. That's a different that's a person. That's like a predator where she's not even associated with Bam or skateboarding or music or anything. She's just like a Dr. Phil, like wannabe fucking person that like interviews mentally ill homeless people and then they die 3 years later in treatment.
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
really weird, you know? Yeah, it's based as fuck. I mean, she's killing homeless people, so to that extent, I mean, I commend her.
Yeah.
But they do need to go.
Somebody's got to do it.
Right. I'm glad someone's up, taking the initiative.
I'm the
But
trash
that being
man,
said,
but for homeless.
Bam Margera is not homeless. Bam Margera has multiple homes, actually. Enough so that he can give them away to his family for years at a time and kind of forget about them, and then show up one random day in April and be like, "Get the fuck out my house, Jess!" and start.
How cool is that, though? How awesome!
That's what I'm
is that?
saying. That's what I'm
So
saying,
awesome.
bro. Dusty, if you had like a crazy rich brother and you were hanging out in his house, he came home drunk, trying to get the fuck out of my house. You'd be like, "Oh shit, Bro's going crazy," and you would just leave for a little bit, right? Like,
For sure. Yeah.
You're not getting socked in the ear one time and being like, "Oh, you did it this time, Buster. I'm calling the authorities." Like, who does that to their brother, bro?
I really want to see the movie. It's like Kill Bill, but it'll be Kill Bam, and Bam's laying in bed. Wiggle your big toe. Wiggle your toe.
Do you think
All right.
Bam Margera ever plays Tony Hawk Underground on his Xbox and he's like, man, Chad Muska or Eric Costin doesn't have to deal with this shit.
I'll tell you what Bam thinks when he plays Tony Hawk. Yeah, it's pretty good, but he's still a faggot.
I mean, it would be fun for Bam to just turn into a fucking maniac and start going around killing Tony Hawk, fucking Lance Mountain, or
Like
whoever
killing
else.
off characters from the video game, like a serial killer.
Oh, how fun would that be?
Oh my
Get over here, Curry
Like-
Campbell. I'm gonna murder you.
It's like Final Destination. Carrie Getz is hiding in a bunker somewhere because he thinks he's going to get shot in the head.
Rodney Mullen, dead.
Rodney Mullen. Yeah, that's how the movie starts. Rodney Mullen, dead. Tony Hawk, dead. Who's next?
Just
What kill next? Whatever the
broadcast
fuck
it.
I want.
Live stream, dude. IG live stream. Serial killer.
I tuned into Uncle Dusty's podcast the other day, and it opens with him
Why?
basically repeating the same thing that CO would say. He was like, "So can we just start killing these comedians? Like, see, like what?
There's
Doesn't
enough.
seem like a good idea at this point."
I knew you would enjoy that, right? There's too many. It's like every time I get a hair up my ass and I go, you know what, man? Fucking let's go to Austin, dude. Or let's go to New York. There's too many. There's too many. I'm too old now. Fuck this. I'd rather just, hey, I got to cement my legacy, like they say, in a serial killer fashion. Just start whacking open micers in Austin.
Can you imagine the buddy comedy of Bam and Uncle Dusty methed out killing people?
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, people are not looking at this as the advantageous situation that I see it to be.
There's a lot of money to be made here. A lot of money's being left on the table, guys.
Right.
Okay?
I want. And I've said this to multiple
table.
people in Bam's life, and I think they have all made a concerted effort to keep me away from Bam. But the offer is on the table. I will quit everything I'm doing. And when I say everything, I mean everything but OnlyFans. I will quit everything that I'm working on right now, and I will come to you, Bam, everything. And I will edit and make whatever fucking videos you want. We'll make the Bam Margera fucking CKY YouTube channel.
Yes.
And I'll follow you around with a camera, and I'll take all the best moments. You could make a video saying you're gonna dox Johnny Knoxville and call him the N-word, and I'll edit the whole thing, bro. I don't care. The offer is there, Bam. I will do it.
The thing I'm
Get you
interested in,
millions of views.
thing I wanna know
Listen
is,
to this, Bam.
how do I get me one of these OnlyFans? I'll suck a tuna can. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about that
Everybody's
too.
made.
Imagine if Bam took that offer. It would be me hanging out with Bam, trying to be like, okay, we said we're gonna go do this like skate thing today. We're gonna go like make this movie, and Bam be like, no, but what I need you to do real quick, hold my phone so I can tell Nikki what a cunt she is, and then be like, oh, this is my life now. I fucked up.
I mean, pulling up to Johnny Knoxville and making him recreate that video where he shoots himself at this stage in his life when he's just a rich millionaire, crippled old man.
Same car,
Same
like
everything.
You emulate it to a T.
Come on, dude. Just see how scared he is now that he has shit to lose and he's made it.
I do have some breaking news. This may make you second guess your choices. I did try to reach out to my friend Vinny, and it appears the phone isn't working right now. So
I had to send Vinny Beetle screenshots and clips of people talking about him specifically in order to get a response from him. That was the only Vinny Beetle has left me on read since the Vinny Beetle interview he did with you in like November or October. Has not spoken to me, and only replied to tell me that I was the only person that was there for Bam. Bam doesn't believe me. I'm too busy for that in my life now. I had to cut him out. I wish him the best of luck. His family is going to kill him, and there's nothing I'm going to do. And I was like, thank you, Vinny Beetle, for your comments.
Hey, I got 2 kids now, and these memberships at Disneyland ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? So
we've gone through 2 of the sources. Who was our third and final option?
You went to Jess Margera, who Jess Margera, by the way, this is important to point out because we haven't really covered the allegations. Remember, Vinny Beetle, gigantic scumbag piece of shit for outing all of Bam's personal business and exposing that him and his wife may do meth. Right? This is about 5 or 6 months ago. And now Jess Margera is fully exposing Bam Margera for being a meth head on Twitter. So, lots of good stuff happening.
I didn't know he picked meth, huh? That makes sense, though, now that I'm running back every nutty thing he said that I've seen. That makes sense.
Well, I do fully believe that Bam does meth. But again, Bam doing meth doesn't also mean that his family's not a bunch of white trash drunk idiots themselves, And it is possible in the same sense that we decided that people like Rev are the smartest person in their town, even though to you they may seem like a complete retard with no skills to speak of. Mm-hmm. In their shitty fucking Virginia, West fucking Wisconsin, wherever they live town, they're like one of the geniuses. They're one of the people that run shit. And that's Bam. Bam may seem like a drunk, drugged out idiot to you, but amongst his family and in the city of Westchester, Bam Margera is like the equivalent of Jordan Peterson or Einstein. Like he is a figure. Oh, yeah. He is an authority figure.
They're going to make a statue of him, dude. It's going to be right in front of the high school. I mean, the guy's a legend.
Peterson. Bam Peterson.
And who else is from there? I don't know.
That's a good character.
Bam Peterson.
Yeah.
So what you gotta do is you gotta clean your room.
that was terrible.
I don't do a good Bam impression, but I wanted to try.
Will Sanji recover from that bomb? Stay tuned to the Straw Hat Streamers.
Well, all I had to do was wait for you to make an anime reference, Ian, and it took about 0.3 seconds, so thank you for that.
Get excited. 2023 is going to be all anime.
I like it.
Oh my, I can't believe my ears.
A leg.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you're in a play, they say break a leg.
Right. Sure. As long as it's not your kids.
Yeah. Not my kids.
Speaking of the old group, BAM, have you had any conversation?
I haven't talked to BAM probably since, unfortunately, we had to let him go from the movie, and I haven't talked to him since then. So,
because he's online spouting that he wants to. Did you see? Have you seen?
Knoxville, get into a ring with me. Take off your boxing gloves. 1, 2, 3. You're done for.
I can't control any of that. I can just control my side. I love Bam. I wish him well. I hope. I understand. I think he's sober now for a little bit.
Then on Novak's same Instagram rant about me, he apologizes for being on Viva La Bam and Jackass. Coming from a guy who begged and begged and begged to be on it to the point where he would suck 18 dicks, I made it happen. This motherfucker forgot where he came from, and now that he's helping people, making a lot of money doing that, he could be sitting on a park bench with an 80-year-old. Hey, old man, when was the last time you had a drink? Oh, I had a White Claw like 18 years ago. Oh, 18 years ago? Well, guess what? I talked to your insurance company. They got a bed for you in the rehab. I collected my money, and you're going. But it was 18 fucking years ago. It's called Lasky and Strigler. It might as well just be called Bam language.
So you've made up a new alphabet.
He says he's in love with Miranda Lambert.
I guess you could say I was kind of dating her.
He also knows he's being scammed.
What would Miranda Lambert want with a guy like you?
But the big question...
The message is from Miranda to you. Maybe send me $200 so I can release my next record. Why would she need $200 from you? You know whether you're talking to the real Miranda Lambert or not.
That's tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, Parents Gone Wild.
Those are my children!
What got you so upset?
I was really mad.
The school, when they saw this, went on lockdown.
That's Wednesday. We now return to Dr. Phil's season premiere with Bam Margera.
You got arrested for DUI.
Yeah.
You don't think you have a problem with alcohol?
Not lately. Not in the past 2 or 3 years. It's just...
Well, that was last year.
That was the last straw.
Let me ask you, you appear to have a salad box full of money here.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
I always fly with no luggage. So when I made $17,000 at the Comic-Con, I needed somewhere to put it. So I put it in this bag, but I had other stuff, and we were kind of in a hurry.
We have a clip of you going through security.
Yeah. How much do you have? $17,000. Yeah.
You didn't see that.
I'm glad the bag was so big that they gave me a Comic-Con because I don't think it would have worked out that well.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty good dump. So what's all this writing you got going on here?
So it took a long time to do, but I was always writing these symbols all over the place, and I've mastered this language so good that I could write it and read it faster than English.
So you've made up a new alphabet. Mm-hmm. And what's it called?
It might as well just be called Bam language.
What's the point in creating a new alphabet?
Say you're a serial killer, and you want to have a diary. You want a diary to remember all this craziness that you've been up to. But if you write it in English, FBI comes in and goes, oh, we found your diary, you're going to jail forever.
So your target demo here is the serial killers.
I'm just saying, if you want to keep something secret, say,
Here's the code.
Yeah, like if I have a new transition on a skateboard ramp that nobody has ever thought of yet, I want to write it in that. So, because if it's in English, a skateboarder would be like, yo, they call up a sponsor that has a lot of money. Hey, Red.
There's gonna be a weird transition period where you're still kicking people in the nuts, and they're like, "Dude, I'm not doing this for free."
It's
the family
like,
enabled that.
It's kind of like that Chris Rock joke where the football player only knows how to do football. He's like, he was attacked, so he did football at a bitch. That's what he does. He does football.
Yeah.
By the way, it was the Chiefs against the Eagles. So.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Laboon. Labooni. Keeping everybody updated. So let's pull up the Philip Wave video because there's some wild turns in this. Tonight's entire show, I don't know how much of all the shit I have planned. There's a million twists and turns. Bam, we're going to get into the allegations as we get along, but like they said he was threatening to beat up his family, and the internet has been memeing the shit out of this with just showing old clips of him beating up his family and going, who would guess that this guy ever would have wanted to hit his father?
Super high speed slapping his dad in the face on the toilet.
And he's basically a child star, so that there's delayed development. He's white trash to begin with, and then you pour drugs, alcohol, skating culture, hanging out with the band, him, heavy metal.
He was not necessarily washed up until the rehab thing happened. Like even when Bam Margera was getting drunk, possibly messed out, going to the Anthony Cumia show and throwing chairs at Vinny Beetle in front of the cellar at 2 a.m. Like, he was still on the Jackass movie. He was a movie star when he did all that shit. He was fucking, who's the guy that fucking on 2.5 Men? He was the Charlie Sheen of fucking kicking people in the nuts still, bro. And like, the only reason why Bam is in this whole position that he's in, because it started out him being in a movie and people telling him to stop being crazy for a movie that was asking him to do crazy shit. And everyone dragging him down and fucking sending him to rehab is the only reason he's even like this now, because if you'd have left him alone, he'd have been in a fucking movie.
At least he's not white knighting for Red Bar.
What?
Thank you, Labooni. It's important that we know that Bam is not yet aware of Red Bar.
That is where this ends, by the way, is Red Bar somehow scoops me and becomes fake friends with Bam.
So I've decided to start skating. I got my buddy, my buddy Bam.
White Knights for Red Bar.
Yeah, me and Bam Margera are gonna go to Philadelphia and look for Hostbusters.
That would be fantastic. If that's how this whole thing ends. It was worth it.
You pile on a guy like Jesse, and yet somebody says something bad about Red Bar, and it's like,
Kenny, God damn it, we're just. Sorry. Why are we talking about Red Bar?
This is what Labooni does. He just bashes his head against the wall repeatedly because he just wants the fight. He just wants somebody to punch him in the nose.
He needs the fade. He doesn't care who delivers. He just needs it. Oh my God! Sign in to confirm your age. I hate YouTube. Give me a second.
I apologize. Obviously don't dox yourself, but due to YouTube's broken flagging system, I've decided to age restrict all of my videos.
Oh, you're doing that on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, you're never going to get views doing that.
Oh, no, I don't.
I do not. I love how you said that genuinely, like, oh, no, you don't even know how bad it is.
I don't even get views on Rumble. I have videos on Rumble that have 0 views, which should be impossible based on everything Nico tells me about the Rumble algorithms.
They're probably like, look at this fucking nerdy guy.
Well, we can get into it later, but Nico has a scoop. She has invited me to a Discord, which is part of the juking the stats on Rumble. She's uncovered how these people do this.
Wait, you mean they're not actually famous and getting traction from actual real life people?
Don't tell me that 955,000 views on a 2-hour-old episode of Revenge of the Sis is fake. Don't tell me that. I can't handle that truth right now, Ian.
This nigga got 2 million views on an episode, but he's begging for views on YouTube.
Nigga's got 2 million views, but his clip's got 14 views. Nigga, that don't make no sense. I love Kyle doing math. Like, carry the one. No, nigga, that don't make no sense.
You live right around here in Philadelphia. I want to do an interview with you.
So I saw a video of you, and people characterize it as ranting and raving and whatever. But what you said in this...
When you've been through what I've been through, yes, it is a rant because I have a lot to say.
Bring it to a stop and come on out.
Stricoli Jutsu.
I want to see the boat movie.
Now the BAM Reddit replied to this video. I don't understand how anybody could understand or make sense of this. So, Belle, if you can, or Sanji, if you can break down.
Dedicated to following BAM Margera that I'm not a part of. I only needed to watch about 20 seconds of that surprise witness lady and read one meme of the police report, and I instantly was able to understand that Bam's lost in the woods, running from the police.
Bam has this idea. It's brilliant. Let's beat him to the punch.
So what does that say?
Not only am I impressed with you, Dr. Phil, your staff, especially Michelle, love you and love what they do. Like, they love doing it for you. I can't wait to meet you. You are the only one I trust. Love, Bam.
Would you agree that jackass is a unusual occupation?
100%.
I've read where you say that's really where you started drinking.
Kind of, because if you're a professional skateboarder, you can't drink. You need the balance of being on a handrail.
Right.
So I never drank until I was like 22. Never tried drugs at all until I was like 24.
But then when you started doing Jackass, you said you did start drinking then.
When you try a skateboard trick, you're supposed to land it and right away. So, fail. Jackass is a one-take Jake. You're on a roof with a shopping cart and there's a bush. You can't land that.
Right.
You're not going to land it. You're going to eat no matter what. So give me a few shots of tequila. All right, I feel pretty numb. Show me off as some bitch, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Hey Bam, Steve-O here. I saw your rap song and gotta say it wasn't great, but the worst part about it was you attacked my skateboarding. And I know you're upset that I've been doing so well selling autographed Steve-O skateboards at steve-o.com, but come on dude, you gotta admit I rip, and everyone's gonna find out.
Mission accomplished. So Jackass is just really stupid, and it's so dumb that people think it's hilarious.
Did you get to a point where you knew you were drinking too much?
Yeah. Before it was like a fun party, like, let's get all messed up and go do some crazy stuff. Then it just became a point to where I felt like so terrible in the morning that I knew if I instantly would crack open a beer, I would feel better. And then if I had another beer, then I'd feel normal. And I'm like, well, now I feel normal. I'll have another one and then have a little buzz on it. So by the end of the day, you're pretty much toasted, you know?
Ryan Dunn was like a brother to you.
Yeah.
He died in 2011.
Yeah.
In a Porsche. Mm-hmm. They say at 130 miles an hour.
Police say Dunn's Porsche 911 hit the guardrail, launched into the woods before bursting into flames.
After Ryan Dunn died, that really exacerbated
the alcohol. He did have blackout drunk periods. He almost uses Ryan's death as a big excuse to behave badly.
You've had a hard time adjusting to his death.
Yeah.
You've said that when he died, it caused you to really question, like, everybody's just going to die, so what's the point?
When I got too, old to be able to keep being a professional skateboarder, skateboarding is what I love. So if I can't do that, what's the point?
Why'd you want to meet me?
Because my family's in shambles. I disowned my mom for good. I never want to see her or talk to her again. And Nikki, if she can't get rid of stubborn, then I have to go because I can't deal with it anymore. When it's time to I got to put my foot down and set a rule, she cannot follow it at all.
What do you do when you get mad, by the way?
I used to just, smash that was my own just to let it out. But now that Phoenix is around, that behavior is gone.
Tell me about your little boy.
He is the raddest kid ever.
Say hi!
He's so interested in skateboard. I have all these toys everywhere, and he just goes right to the skateboard. He's like my best friend, and I've known him for not even 2 years. Watch Steve-O's first clip of his video, and that is called The Worst Style in Skateboarding. You gotta have style.
NBD at the Hawks Red.
There you go. With a twisted ankle. Here. He's like the best. He's perfect.
How's it feel when those arms go around your neck?
I can't even explain it. I can't even put into words. I would dive into any train or anything just to make sure he didn't.
So you'd die for him?
Yeah, big time.
Then the question is, will you live for him?
Coming up.
When did you have what you call a nervous breakdown?
This was like a week ago.
What triggered it?
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with Bam Margera.
Tell me about your little boy.
He is the raddest kid ever. I can't even put into words. I would dive into any train or anything and get stabbed or shot or whatever just to make sure he didn't.
So you'd die for him?
Yeah, big time.
Then the question is, will you live for him?
Well, that's the thing. I had such a mental breakdown that I really thought I had a choice to just go to the light and be free. And I was the pain was gone, and I had to beg for pain back. I'm like, please just give me back my pain so I can stay because I want to be with him.
Were you at the lake to kill yourself?
No, I was just. I knew that it was my judgment day.
What do you mean it was your judgment day?
Whatever breaking point there is to a person, I've reached it.
And when did you have what you call a nervous breakdown?
This was a week ago.
What triggered it?
It was just everything all at once. It was Nikki and her stubbornness, not listening, and I'm trying to get away from her, and she keeps coming and talking at me and yelling at me, and I just need a minute. Please, 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 just leave me alone. My mom, negativity. I'm like, if I ever go crazy, it's because of you two.
So you were frustrated.
So frustrated.
And you ran out of coping skills. You ran out of coping energy.
Yeah. If I didn't see Phoenix, who knows where I'd be.
If you hadn't seen him, what were you going to do? What's that mean?
It means I'm signing off.
Killing yourself?
Not because I wanted to. It's because the option of my breaking point, I can go now if I want.
Okay.
You've done enough.
Well, how is your life working well if you've disowned your mother and you're to the breaking point with the mother of your child, what exactly is working?
I feel great. I mean, my bones hurt because I've broken that 3 times, 8 broken ribs, 3 broken ribs, clavicle, 16 staples, tailbone.
Do you know if you've ever had any brain damage? I mean,
yeah,
you run into a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of impact on your brain.
I've never had a concussion, but I've been knocked out before a bunch, and I like it.
But your life, how's your life working?
Something happened to where everything just escalated into like, my mom's big problem with the castle was I threw paint everywhere, like in the kitchen, all different colors everywhere. It looked cool for a picture, like for a magazine, but living status, it looked like a North Philly crack house. When I moved to Estonia for 2 years, she's like, I'm just gonna make this place like Martha Stewart would. I'm like, have at it. So now I come back and I'm like, wow, I really like what you did with the place. So now, if anybody comes in now, she doesn't want anybody sitting anywhere or doing anything. So I'm like, hold up, is this your house or mine? Because last time I checked, I bought it and then it's mine.
Your relationship with her has gotten to the point of frustration with you that you say, I don't want to see her again. And this all piled up on you just a few days ago to the point that you were
and then there was a car crash and I had to pull a body out. I was very busy, but I was coming right here right away as fast as I could, Bam. Jesus, you are one fat, tiny dick lying son of a bitch. You know that, Vinny? Alright, I tied my bed sheets together. What we'll do is, we're going to go through the window. We're going to scale down the wall. We'll knock out any guards that we find on the bottom. Then we're going to break into a car and get out of here. Understand me? Well, I don't know about this, Bam. I'm pretty fucking fat. Can we just take the stairs, please? God damn it, Vinny, I fucking hate you. Let's go.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. Hey, let me out of here. How you doing? Hey, oh, it's Bam. Hey, Bam. Suck your dick for some titties. Come on. Hey, man, titties. I suck your dick for some titties, man. Aw, man. Titty. Man, I want to get out of here.
God damn it, Vinny, hurry your fucking fat ass up. Come on, we gotta get out of here. I gotta go see my wife and kids, god damn it. Dun 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 dun. Bueno? No bueno way. Yeah, Bam, did you just kill a guy? Goddamn, Vinny, quit worrying about what the fuck I'm doing and move your fat ass along. Bye, guys. Have a good trip. Bam, you call us if you need anything. We're on call 24/7. We'll take care of you. If you're feeling spun out, or stressed out, just give us a call, okay, Bam? We're here for you. Alright, bye. You guys be safe. Bye. Bunch of goddamn monsters in there, Vinny. I tell you, it's unspeakable the things they do. God fucking damn it, Vinny Beetle! Yeah, I'm sorry, Bam. It's just I tried to scratch my tiny pee.
Oh my, I can't believe my ears.
Alright, man, did everything go as planned?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Overwhelmed.
Yes.
That you were prepared if your life ended, fine.
Yeah.
But you saw your precious child and said, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to check out.
Yeah.
I'd rather be here, pain and all, to stay here for my son.
Yeah.
And you need help with that.
I think I just need help with my mom and Nikki just understanding, like, rules.
You see, here's my belief. The only person you ever control is you. That's what I'm interested in, because the fact that you have been within the last 72 hours or whatever to the point that you were ready to die.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's not normal. You need help with that.
But when I flew away from all that crap and I'm finally like, I can breathe and nobody's bothering me. This is nice.
It's got to seem to you that something's not right if you got to the point that you were ready to just die a few days ago.
I probably won't get to talk to him or see him. So yes, Nikki drives me to f***ing drink. So does my f***ing mom. And so does my pep talking dad who tells me nothing but I'm a fat loser, piece of drug addict loser. So, and my mom is a brain manipulator, and my brother stole Castle Bam, and he thinks it's called Castle Jess, and then I have to listen to my mom say, Bam, you do have a house. Really, Abe? Where? Well, it's Castle Bam. Well, so I'm going to smoke crack with the bunk.
Gotta admit, I rip. And everyone's gonna find out how much I rip right now when they watch this. Love you too, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Bam Margera. Now I gotta get a trick.
Yeah, that one there, yeah. It's just
too tight.
It's just kind of like that. I keep breaking it, so it brings up.
Drop it. Give it the old chopper.
Man, what are you
Turns out hitting yourself in the head is not good for you. Like,
yeah. Welcome yourself to every town in England and then getting choked out and passed out until you got knocked out. Yeah.
Anytime. You know, I always had to like put something on the line or be really gross or barf or get hurt. Bam could do it all. He was better at skateboarding, younger, better looking, richer.
You didn't know this, but we got a little surprise for you. Bam, come on out.
I lost contact with Bam. He changed.
And that is called the worst style in skateboarding.
Coming up.
Like, I don't know what he's on, and I don't know why he's acting so crazy.
You make me crazy.
Okay, well...
No, that's not true.
Okay, well, April?
You answer questions with questions, and we go nowhere.
We now return to Bam's Cry for Help, a Jackass star's road to rehab.
Castle Bam has morphed into kind of a flop house for a lot of people who are passing through or not passing through, and a skate park that everybody seems to be drawn to.
The people that he's been surrounding himself with have gotten worse. They're all about the good time. They get to stay at Bam's house for free. They're squatters. They take complete advantage of the situation.
It's got to seem to you that something's not right if you got to the point that you were ready to just die a few days ago.
It just exploded. Like, it was just everything at once. I never have had like such a mental nervous breakdown ever. It was like I like officially lost my mind.
I understand you being frustrated.
Yeah.
That happens in relationships. What I don't understand is how you're getting from being frustrated to the point of, in your words, losing your mind.
Because whenever my mom calls, I know it's going to be, and then I start yelling.
If you have that problem with your mother, then don't answer the phone. Boundaries. If somebody is irritating you that much, eliminate them from your day-to-day life.
Okay.
You have to give yourself permission to stop being controlled by her expectation.
I agree 100%.
You don't have to have your mother in your business. You're 39 years old, right?
I don't ask her to do it. She just.
All right. So this is fun. So I can't believe I have to say this, but don't believe everything that you read or hear, because, I mean, we all know that. But there's some rumors going around about issues with the BAM and artist collaboration decks and all this all this crap that is not true. Yeah, no, everything's all good. The boards are still available. There's a bunch on the website right now that you can grab if you want to grab them. It'll be more listed at some point in time soon. But yeah, just waiting on Bam to come back and sign these things. You know, with the injury and other stuff he's been committed to, he has not been around. But
I've had them get her on FaceTime so we can talk to her together.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
April, are you there?
I am. Hi, how are you?
Well, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. Let me tell you, I've been talking to him about boundaries. And Bam, tell her what you want to happen here.
When I go to the castle, I like it when skaters are there. When you go to the castle, you're mad that it's not empty. I hate it when it's empty because there's nothing to do and it's depressing. So why can't it just be my house, because it is my house, and let me worry about it?
About a year and a half ago, I said to Bam, what should we do with the castle house? I have a good idea. I could go in, it'll take me about a year to rehab this place and strip it down and get rid of everything. And it did take me a year of very, very hard work to put it up for Airbnb. But he didn't want anybody to stay there. He wanted to put his own friends in there, which are the same group that brings them down. And they're just transient people.
Bam is at a point now where it is time for him to exercise more independent living. I want Bam to not have anyone to point at as a stressor, someone that's putting stress in his life. And you two, in my opinion, are too intertwined. And
I would love to back out.
And at this point, I think that needs to happen.
Like, I don't know what he's on, and I don't know why he's acting so crazy.
You make me crazy.
Okay, well...
No, that's not true.
Okay, well, April...
You answer questions with questions, and we go nowhere. Ape, what's your favorite color? You don't answer. Yeah, but you won't say that. You'll just go, no, but Bam, I know, but Bam. And you already know what you're going to say before I'm even done talking. That means you're not listening to me at all, because you'll cut me off to ask your new question. And we go nowhere.
Is Nikki here? Okay, can we bring Nikki in?
She's here?
Yes.
Here?
Here.
Coming up.
You handled that well, because you didn't melt
Nick
down, you
told
didn't
me-
freak out.
Well, Nick told me he was just so overwhelmed with the hate for me from coming up. Everybody hated me so much. And never seen that before since Tom Myers, but they really love Tom. But, so what I ended up doing before I leaned into this was I opened the lines up on my phone. I put my phone number on Instagram. And in 1 month, I got 15,000 phone calls. And a lot of the phone calls, man, were really, really just sad, drunk dudes and like kids that were all fucked up on Adderall and autistic and shit.
Bottom barrel trolls, pretty much.
But they liked me, they did like
Cum boys, they're called.
Yeah,
I
they
think
thought
I
they were
tried to
good.
call you to ask you to come on this show, Vinny, but you didn't answer.
Well, what's crazy is that's what I wanted to get you, Clip. When I was watching your Ian shows on YouTube, I was like, how the fuck do I get a hold of this guy? And I just did not know who the fuck you were. I did not.
Yeah, it is a little convoluted. I will admit, it's a little confusing.
But you kind of made me famous, man.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
that video was that was my introduction to you. So I'm watching him have this meltdown live. It has this vibe to me where I'm like, this feels like a Viva La Bam episode that I'm watching live on Instagram.
That's when I first met him. He's like, my life is a reality TV show. I treat it as such. And he believes that.
Breakdowns are entertainment gold.
He tells me all the time that, bad press is good press and blah, 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 blah. And he really is proud of me for the way I've handled, because I don't know if you guys know this, but he buried me on his Instagram before I went back on Cumtown and said I stole all the castle party money and went to Disney World. And
that was when hating you was at the height, when everyone thought you ran off with the Castle Bam money. And so that I would like to know what the deal with that is, because I remember people were tagging you on Instagram like, hey, Vinny, my sister needs her money back.
A lot of those were fake, bro.
No, looking back on it now, yeah, most likely they were. But at the time, it was funny because you were you were the scumbag Vinny.
Listen, there is a lot of reality to this, and that's what's so crazy about it all, is because I'm not just a comedian, man. I actually run my own production company, and I do that because I make a lot of money off ticket sales, whether it's me or fucking Bozo the
Hell
Clown.
yeah.
You know, so
RDI
that's
and
what I've
BAM
been.
make you money. That's right.
I've been doing that for 13 years, and I've put on 250 comedians who probably hate me now, and they suck ass and never sold tickets.
Well,
so this
let
was
me-
the first taste of selling tickets I really experienced
Vinny?
without having to put any effort in.
Benny, I have friends here in Chicago that said that you tried to do a show with them, they raised the money, and then you took the money and didn't do the show.
I've never been booked.
Name them. Ian,
Yeah,
you
name
wanted
them.
Vinny to name names? Let's name
Name
some
them.
names,
Because
Ian.
I've
Burn
been-
some
Joe
Are you
DeGan.
saying-
Does
are
that
you-
ring a bell?
Vinny, are you saying they are liar McFire?
If they paid me, they would have gotten the show. They probably didn't want to pay me up front. They probably
Oh,
didn't.
Ian,
want to pay
sounds
me.
like you hang out with some cheapskates, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the deal. They probably wanted BAM, and anybody who was trying to get BAM through me, I was making them pay money up front because, dude, I'm a fucking gangster. I don't give a fuck. I'm
Right.
You know the
I
gangster.
will go to Disney World. Give me the money. Let's go to Disney World.
And I'm a
But-
gangster, motherfucker.
But
I
I will
don't give
do
a fuck.
show,
I will
man.
take people
I'll do
out.
a show. Why would I not want to go to Chicago and do a show? If they paid me for the show, I would have went. Them saying they didn't raise the money. That's what the thing is. Wait a minute. What's his name? Let's look it up right now.
Joe DeGan, I know you guys had a fight on Facebook. Pull up the conversation. Read the text to us.
So I have multiple Facebooks. So on this account, I have no conversation with him at all. So I don't remember this guy at all, man.
Ian.
He remembers you, Vinny.
Ian, is this one of those cases where, like, you think, is it like, okay, Ian
No,
thinks
no,
that
guys,
him and
I
Nick Mullen have a
definitely-
personal relationship. Is this like that?
Nope, I'm going to message Joe DeGan right now.
All right, let's get Joe DeGan on the show. Let's call this fucking
Yeah,
liar
let's
out,
settle
Vinny.
this. Look, I've scammed many people, you know.
Well, tell me about that. Who did you scam?
Well, when I say scam, like, the first, I've had a lot of shit fall through in this business. People have paid me and shit hasn't come through. And so when the whole Scumbag Vinny thing happened, I just started calling everything I do for money scam. So you might pay me for something and you might be happy with the service and I'll still say I scammed you.
Well,
so
but
I don't.
Vinny too. Like, I do, before I was doing a lot of YouTube stuff, like my primarily thing is like I do like freelance like editing work and like social media stuff. And so like I've met a ton of people in my life where they're like gassing you up. Bro, yeah, I have this idea for a book. I need you to run the Instagram and I'll pay you money and you'll get a royalty fee. And then you work with them for like a week and you're like, oh yeah, this guy's scamming me actually. So it's like I might as well scam the scammer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if someone comes to me with some bullshit multi-level marketing deal, I'll go to your dumb meeting. I'll attend it just to see if I can get money out of you. And I won't even buy your dumb bullshit energy drinks or whatever you're selling. You know what I mean? Just because I know there's money floating around.
I believe we have breaking news. Jackass director Jeff Trenum, whatever, files restraining order against BAM.
That's not necessarily breaking. That's a couple days old. But yes, I was wondering about that. I was wondering if Jeff Tremaine saw the new video of BAM pretty much saying, if I see you, Jeff Tremaine, it's on site. I'm fucking you up. And so I wonder if that video had anything to do with that restraining order.
So I cannot find anything on this fucking Joe DeGan kid, but his name looks familiar. You know, I don't know, man. Here's the kind of guy I am. If somebody said they raised the money, bro, I don't like whether I'm doing.
For all you bozos that go on Reddit, was I at a vintage caravan with some roving Emmy gypsy pikeys? Yes, I was. Why? Because I always wanted to meet one. Were they ripping rails of cocaine and drinking their ass off and put a knife to the promoter's throat because they thought he was an enemy? Yeah.
Doing the show or not, I'm getting that money.
And Vinny's got like, how many things do you got trying to set up at once? Like, how many shows are you trying to do at any given time? This might have been like a huge deal to Joe DeGan and his friends,
Maybe
but to
200
Vinny,
shows, maybe 200 shows this year.
there we go. So to Vinny, it was just
so
a
many
Wednesday.
shows, man.
But to Joe DeGan, he was
you,
like,
Kenny.
"This is Artie Lang's."
That's like 4 shows a week. It's ridiculous.
The fuck, dude? I don't even have
Kenny
to
does 17 shows on YouTube a day, so he has a very
And he
high
does a
standards.
podcast.
No, I just do. It's a holiday week. That's why I do 3 shows.
Tell the troll
I
that's
make
playing
videos
Ian
too.
Fidance. Tell the troll that's playing Ian Fidance in your chat logs that I'll fucking hunt him down in Delaware and eat his insides.
Now,
All right, I want to ask about Cumtown, and then I know Lane has about 1 million questions about Bam. So, how did you meet up with them for the first time, and then tell me, what are they like?
So I got tagged a lot to go on Cumtown with Bam. I hit up Stavros. He connected me with Nick. They didn't want me on the show, but I held Bam basically hostage until they let me on. Until they let me on as well. But I had no idea.
Hold, hodl, Bam, hodl.
Let's not pretend that Bam Margera knows what Cumtown is and would have went
No, he
on
actually
there
thinks it's a local Yonkers radio show because we did it in Yonkers. Because we did it at Gene's. So I've been telling Bam to go back on Cumtown with me for like a year. And finally the other day he like yelled at me on the phone and was like, I'm doing some Yonkers radio show. I said, man, it's one of the biggest fucking shows in the fucking world, dude.
Yonkers radio.
To be fair to Bam, like I've met Stav and Adam, and they were the most gangly, nerdy, basement-dwelling piece of garbage people I'd ever met in my life.
Can I sum it up though? Like, all right, here's how it works, right? So I thought I'd click the most with Stavros. I've had absolutely not much contact with him at all. But when I met them, I had the vibes from Adam. Like he was trying to alpha male me. He did like me. But afterwards,
what?
But afterwards, Adam brought me on a comedy show after Scumbag Vinny was doing that one. He liked me so much, and he asked me to do stand up at their live show, which was awesome. And so at first, Nick was really not really for me, but then he felt bad, and I asked him to let me come on the show again to get like a to say I didn't do this shit. But I really just wanted to go on the show and say I did do this shit. But I just figured like if I got his sympathy that he'd let me back on. So I really only got back on because they thought I was gonna like try to fight for my life.
From what I hear, they've recently said they would like to have you back on. What led to you doxing Adam's phone number and Nick's phone number?
I didn't dox anybody's phone number. I just said if people donated to me, I would consider it.
Okay, that's like a
Nick
sayings
took
move.
it to heart. But dude, I've been hitting them up. Nobody's
I would
answering
consider
me.
doxing both of these guys.
And you know what's
That's
fucking
right.
nuts is like Nick asked me at one point to bring on other celebrities. Asked me if I could get Steve-O. I finally got Steve-O to agree to do the show, and these guys haven't talked to me in over a year. And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, well, you know what? Just go ahead, bring Steve-O on over here. I love Steve-O. We'll talk about his old apartment skate park. It'll be a fun time. Just tell
Talk
Steve-O
about how
this
he's
is
turning
Cumtown.
into a lesbian.
Can we just
Steve-O
tell
really has-
everyone this is Cumtown?
I don't want to see you, talk to you, or I want you to leave me alone.
You've been yelling at her. You've been saying, I gave you 3 rules. You do this, you do that, you do this.
Yeah.
That's just purely abusive.
We now return to a Jackass star's road to rehab, a Dr. Phil exclusive.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, what can you add to the situation?
I'm not going to apologize for caring about you. He was upset because, I'll ask him certain questions or I'll bring certain things up in concern, and he doesn't like that very much.
She either thinks I'm on too many of my Adderalls, so she looks at my eyes to see if, she's like an FBI agent and a detective, or she thinks that I somehow, some way track down meth. I didn't sign up to date a detective. It's like when I told her, don't text me, don't call me, you broke the rule. Bing, what rule? You come barging in, you're in my realm, you're not even supposed to be here. You don't listen, you don't follow rules. I don't want to see you, talk to you, or anything you. I want you to leave me alone. And you did everything to not leave me alone.
Okay, well.
What do you mean, okay? You showed up to the castle, and then I went mental, even crazier than the other one. You want to see me go down in flames.
You do a whole lot of this. You need to stop. All I did was wanting to bring you food. After your mental breakdown,
I said I don't want to talk to you.
dropped off
If
food.
I'm hungry, I'll eat.
You know what? I didn't even come in the house to talk to you. How about that?
Yes, you did.
Let me stop this because I have 2 things to say. First off, you said, I just came to bring you food.
Because he hasn't eaten.
Well, but the point is, he wanted to be alone.
Uh-huh.
And you decided to
Okay,
just
yeah, you're
completely
right.
ignore that and bring
Yeah,
him
you're
food.
right.
So you wanted to run your agenda instead of respect his wish.
Okay.
Here's my question for you. Do you see anything wrong with the way you've been interacting with her in the last 10 minutes here?
Agreeing with you, just going.
You've been yelling at her. You've been saying, I gave you 3 rules. You do this, you do that, you do this.
Yeah.
That's just purely abusive.
All right.
You're being completely abusive with her.
All right.
And you should not put up with that at all. Period. Zip. Zero. Nada. That is abuse. Do you not feel that?
Completely.
Is saying it quiet okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say whatever you want, but you don't have the right to manage her by intimidation and yell and scream and impose your will on her.
If you weren't here, she would be screaming higher.
He just has a big sign that says New York Times best-selling author Brandon.
The good news is that Nikki's let me see Phoenix because I can't Knoxville step into a ring with me. You do every other stunt. Get into a fucking ring with me. Let's go. What is your excuse? Let's go.
But looking out here and just seeing 200 Civil War people.
Oh, yeah.
We had the rebels and the Yankees all tented out having a war was pretty insane. Been a ton of wild shit going on here.
The Hobbit hole down there where you made all the...
Somebody recently just dropped in off the top of that Hobbit hole down there, off the roof and made it. Yeah. Keenan Dern.
Oh, that's right. The Dern brothers.
Yep.
They're not right.
Yeah. So this is where we did the Sirius Radio Room with about over 300 episodes.
Which looked nothing like this.
Yeah, no. There's just microphones everywhere and big soundboard.
That was Radio Bam. Is this from the Face Unstoppable tour?
Brandon Cliff painted that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rad, man.
Yeah.
Guns up. That's sick. Wow. Skate park driveway. That was rad.
Yeah.
Tell them the premise of skate park driveway, dog.
Tim Glom and the Skatopia guys put all this concrete together for a skate park driveway. We had Colin McKay, Danny Way, Chris Markovich all here.
They flew in on the plane, but then the plane wouldn't let the plane leave.
Yeah, the helicopter.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
Because it's illegal to land helicopters here.
Yeah.
So this dipshit is like, just do it. They land, but then they wouldn't let the helicopter leave.
Yeah.
So the helicopter stayed parked in the yard for like a week.
Yeah.
But they built this for. Remember you got Pharrell's rim?
Yep. And
he had to go to California to meet up all these celebrities to get like
a shoe from Snoop Dogg, a rim from Method Man.
The pimp, Don Magic Wand, he gave something.
Yeah, a belt from Dave Grohl.
There was a car here.
It was Don Vito's car. We cemented it into this bump.
Yeah, you
still
took his
in there.
brand new nice car.
Yeah.
And he fucking had it.
It's still in there.
It's right here. We're standing on Don Vito's car, which turned into a part of the skate park because then people would ollie over it.
Yeah. So this is a skate park that I've redone 4 times now. And finally I think we got it right. But yeah.
You've put a lot of effort into this
and
place.
money.
The effort, the money. There is some sessions that happen here often though.
Yeah.
People skate it. It's good. It's big though, so it's like you gotta really be in it to win it or else you can get hurt.
Yeah.
Easily. But Christ, he's rebuilt it 4 fucking times now.
Yeah.
Is this 5 or 4?
4. Cool, so here's the skate park. There you have it. So we showed you the house, you've seen everything, and now it's time for you to bugger off.
Leave us be.
Adios.
Don't follow us. All good things come to an end.
Checked himself out. This time he ended up at a hotel in Hollywood where he was arrested.
You know, Dr. Phil tried valiantly about a week ago to help Bam Margera. Bam got arrested last night in what appears to be just a drunken stupor.
TV show. It actually is. This is my life and this is your life. It's my life.
But Bam decided his life was worth fighting for and checked back into the detox
He's
facility.
sober now for a little bit, and I hope that continues, and I hope he can, I wish him nothing but the best.
He wants to fight you.
Yeah. So what am I going to do with that?
I don't know.
Televise it.
I'm asking.
Televise it. Make money.
He posted a
what would I gain from that? Nothing.
Pay-per-view.
Merchandising. No, I wish him well.
Motherfucking drug. You believe that? Jesus.
If you told me fucking 10 years ago that I would be handing Bam my keys to drive us around for the night, I'd be like, you're fucking out of your mind.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
We'll get them out to you really soon. Yeah, just knock it off. Just a small shop, having fun with this, and really fortunate to be able to work with Bam and Danny, so and all these amazing artists. So, yeah, not true.
Don't get tested. You don't know, therefore it doesn't matter. I got tested recently though, man. And then I fucked a bunch of bitches and I remember after that. Anyway, you were still like, yeah, no diseases. Yeah, I was like, no diseases. So like, what the? So you celebrate with like, yeah, totally treat myself. That was like, this is the crew.
When you've been through what I've been through, yes, it is a rant because I have a lot to say.
Bring it to a stop and come on out.
Strictly Jutsu.
I want to see the boat movie.
Now the BAM Reddit replied to this video. I don't understand how anybody could understand or make sense of this. So, Belle, if you can, or Sanji, if you can break down.
Dedicated to following Bam Margera that I'm not a part of. I only needed to watch about 20 seconds of that surprise witness lady and read one meme of the police report, and I instantly was able to understand that Bam's lost in the woods, running from the police. What is there not to understand? It's the thing about the people who are like, Bam needs to get sober. Their lack of ability to have fun makes me want to never tell anyone.
Did I do it? No. Why? Because I'm a parole officer that I have to piss prove it. What am I drinking now? It's fucking mint tea, you dumb dicks. And did I get into a little tippy-tip with my girlfriend? Yeah, I did, because we've been attached at the hip for 10 months straight, to the point where we were arguing over a slice of gum for 4 days. So I'm in the Sherwood Forest, and I'm going to get a more ad ludum from Puerto Rico here, and I'm already working with a band called New Crosses from Scotland. And I'm going to do a fucking album. There you have it. And then, Stephen Doe. So we had to stop the shows, but we're rebooking them. Everything's good. Mint tea. Fuck you.
For one to get sober off things ever again. Like, there is absolutely zero reason to be taking a guy who's made millions of dollars by kicking people in the nuts and to give him this level of credibility and seriousness. And I was thinking about this just yesterday, Ian. Do you have any fuck ups in your life? Like, do you know anyone in your life that, like, bro, you can't bring him around like the family because he'll get drunk and he'll start talking off at the mouth and it'll be awkward? You know, do you have a person like that?
For the most part, I'm that.
Okay, so Ian, you're that person. Okay, so
I'm the worst person in my family, which I'm pretty good. So I don't know.
Like Pam reminds me a lot of like my uncle, and my uncle is like what I call he's a functioning meth addict. Like my
Oh my
uncle
God.
will work a job, have a girlfriend, have a place to live for 6 months to a year at a time, relapse for a couple weeks, fuck up his life, come live on the couch for like a couple weeks. Then he gets a job, gets a new girlfriend, gets a new place, gets back on his shit. But nigga's gonna relapse at some point. He's gonna be back on the couch. It has happened 10 times. It'll happen 10 more times.
Ellen, I need to stay on the couch this week.
And there's people in your life, Ian, where that might be the best case scenario. Like there might not be a scenario where me and the family get together and hold an intervention and get my uncle sober and save his life, quote unquote. Because people tried to do that before, and you know what happened?
So here I am in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I just landed from Los Angeles and got a tattoo from Apollo from Santa Monica, who charged me $780 for something that took 12 minutes and it's fucking crooked. So now I'm here getting ready to fix it, and he's talking all this shit on Reddit saying I didn't want to pay up and it took 2.5 hours. If that took 2.5 hours, then you suck and you're lying. So he said, if you don't pay, I'm going to call the police. I said,
my uncle runs off, does meth, comes back and tries to fight you. And then when he's sober, and he's like, yeah,
you motherfucker.
He comes back sober again, and is like, yeah, my bad about that the other day. But why'd you guys fuck me up so bad?
Bell, when I
Kenny,
put that knife on you.
Kenny's on the meth. He's on that grease tonight.
Hello, Bruce. Red Bar. Red Bar is drunk. Here you go, family, and smokes meth, douche.
Douche. Sorry, I pulled that knife on you.
McFaggot, my douche.
I was
right, but Kenny,
I'm mocking you for interrupting, you faggot.
I love sulking.
But
so I was having a good old time at a castle in Nottingham, England, with my fiance until the door gets pounded down by 8 police officers asking me if I want to hang myself. I said, why would I want to do that? They said somebody called from California with a very soft-spoken voice and was trying to 5150. I go, oh, Lima, that's you? Yeah, it worked in Florida numerous amounts of times on a Baker Act, locking me up for 90 days, but it ain't going to work here. Stay the fuck away.
Kenny, what you don't understand, though, is this is the best case scenario for my uncle. Like, if we really tried to give him hard love, if we sent my uncle to jail, if we set my uncle up, we knew he was on meth and invited him out and got him drunk and then called the police and said he was starting fights with us when he clearly was not, just to get him arrested because it's safer for him to be in jail than safer for him to be out on the streets doing meth. First of all, he's not out on the streets doing meth. He's got a methed out girlfriend whose house he lives in. He's perfectly fine. He's perfectly fucking fine, bro. He's got money. He's fine. Yeah, meth's not good for you, but neither is a lot of fucking things. All right? Neither is eating red meat, I think. I don't even care because it doesn't matter. Because everything's bad for you.
All right, let's pump the brakes on meth and red meat are basically the same thing.
No.
You ever squat? You ever squat on meth?
Many men.
Jinx, have you ever squat on meth? That's a good one, yeah.
But Ian, yeah, I don't think there's a scenario where millionaire Bam Margera, who even if he went to jail, would probably still be treated like a celebrity and still be able to get drugs. I don't think there's a scenario where you pressure him or scare him into getting sober. It might be that Bam Margera's destiny is to be a sort of Charlie Sheen type figure that just parties hardy till he fucking dies in his 60s, bro. And that's the best you can hope
maybe
for,
earlier.
people.
I do actually know, I do have a Bam Margera in my life, and that is my good friend Luis J. Gomez, who does a reckless, a straight up reckless amount of drinking and drugging pretty much every night. I've watched it with my own eyes. I was like, are you sure you don't want to slow down? He's like, fuck it, doggy, I don't give a shit.
If I die, I die, doggy.
But the thing is, like, if he were to get, he's not going to write Chaucer. I mean, he's not going to fucking,
Right. There's
solve
no
world
great
hunger.
art that's being withheld because Bam Margera can't get his shit together.
I love that phrase. Yeah. I mean, it's like at best he's just gonna get weird, and he will 100% be one of these, like, QAnon Christians, that's just out here anti-vaccine. He would end up probably starting a revolution worse than the Proud Boys.
I don't like this whole like morality thing that people got against Bam, where they're like, he needs to worry about his family, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. His family has millions of dollars in the bank. They will be fine. I swear they'll be fine.
Where it did get scary. So here's.
All right. And you should not put up with that at all. Period. Zip. Zero. Nada. That is abuse. Do you not feel that?
Completely.
Is saying it quiet okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can say whatever you want, but you don't have the right to manage her by intimidation and yell and scream and impose your will on her.
If you weren't here, she would be screaming higher.
That doesn't make it okay for you to do it. And you don't disrespect the mother of your child that way. You don't speak to her that way. It's inappropriate.
Okay.
When I set boundaries or I tell him how I feel, that's me being stubborn. I'm pretty much very limited on what I'm allowed to say.
That's because he's run out of coping skills. He's frustrated. And you not doing exactly what he wants, when he wants, the way he wants, then you're being stubborn. You need to redefine this relationship in treating each other with dignity and respect. You owe her an apology for yelling and screaming at her and intimidating her, because that's not the way you want to be. When you say that these two are, quote, making me crazy, I disagree with that, but I do agree that there is dysfunction in these relationships. And I do think that your mother is burdened too much with things in your life, and I think there need to be some boundaries established where she is set free from some of the things that she is doing. And if this castle has become a business, then there are certainly ways where you can become arm length partners or bought out, recompensated, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I think April should just not come over to the castle. It's none of her business anymore. Thank you for cleaning it up. I appreciate it. It looks awesome, and I love you for that, but you're not welcome there anymore.
Coming up.
All I want is for him to be off drugs so I don't think that he dies.
I did die, April. I did die.
You are addicted to drama and entitlement.
I don't want to talk to you ever again.
We now return to Dr. Phil's exclusive interview with Bam Margera.
April should just not come over to the castle. It's none of her business anymore. Thank you for cleaning it up, but you're not welcome there anymore.
I have no problem with that, but it's like, how long are you going to support a whole castle?
It's none of your
people?
business.
It is my business. You're my son.
Well, here's the point. He is your adult son. And if you say, yeah, but I'm going to continue to inject myself into your life and your business no matter what you say, then you're going to force this situation to be an all or none, and I don't want that to happen.
Dr. Phil, I am happy to step out. I want some peace. I just want him off the drugs.
Me too.
Okay.
Oh my.
Like, that's all I want is for him to be off drugs so I don't think that he dies.
I did die, April. I did die. And I had to fight for Payne back to be with Phoenix. And you treated it like the Phillies lost.
I don't even know the person who called me.
Who cares who called you? What if Dr. Phil's cameraman witnessed it? And he said, I'm Dr. Phil's cameraman. Bam just died.
You have played all kinds of games.
Yeah, it was a game. It was to see how you would react. And you didn't have no emotion like a succubus 616 witch.
Bam, this is not who you are. You are addicted to drama and entitlement.
I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Okay.
It was the gnarliest death I've ever had.
Okay, everybody stop for a second.
Bam, I love you more than anything.
Okay, I can't know who you are or where you are until we get you to a drug-free baseline. We don't really know what your level of functioning is until we get at least one time, get you completely clean. And at that point, you may have a sense of clarity where you go, wow.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that whole thing. Our whole family does. All we want is for him to be okay.
Yeah.
And be off the drugs. He's not this person.
Look, self-medicating is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's like doing brain surgery with an axe. We're going to be a little more precise than that.
Coming up.
I gotta pay my respects to Dr. Phil to get me some help.
Bam ended up at a hotel where he was arrested.
It's my life. It's your life.
It's my life.
This is Dr. Dina Mannion, and she's the clinical director of a dual diagnosis treatment program. Dr. Mannion, I'm very concerned. You know what his career is. His career has been crashing into brick walls with his head.
Yes.
And as a result of that, there's not a question if he's had brain trauma. The question is how much residual damage has been caused by this trauma. And then on top of that, he's done about every drug known to man, some of it years ago, but he doesn't understand, as most people don't, that you can do that drug one time 10 years ago and it can have a residual effect by scrambling the neurotransmitters in your brain.
Sounds like you need to kind of get down to just the basics and see what's going on. And it sounds like that's what you want to.
Rehab is just simply not for me.
Sometimes when you take yourself out of your environment where there's a lot of stress and a lot of turmoil, you kind of pluck yourself out of that and you're in a safe place where everyone can kind of watch you closely and really see what you need. We'll get you skateboarding, we'll get you physical activity. You can get all that stuff out, but we also want to kind of figure out what's going on with you so that you don't have to be in rehab.
We've got to find out, are you bipolar? To find out if you have an anxiety disorder, to find out really everything that's going on with you.
He needs to stop being in denial. He's doing more than Adderall, obviously. You can see that on Instagram. Nobody acts like that.
I think I'm so frustrated that, like, everybody just must be like, what are you on? I'm like, I'm not on anything. You're crazy.
I'm just asking you if you'll cooperate in doing this.
I've just lost hope on doctors, and you're the one that I would only listen to. The last person I've left is Dr. Phil, or else I give up.
All right, but don't give up, because I'm here.
I'm in.
Okay.
Everything is the story as I understand it.
And by the way, shout out Uncle Dusty. Just joined.
Hi, Dusty.
What up, Uncle Chop Chop?
Chop Chop.
We just saw a picture of his palatial $1 million mansion, which for some reason his family lives in. So he's
Castle
home.
Bam. Castle Bam.
Our second narrator recently blocked you on Twitter, and that is Jesse Margera, who is that's Bam's brother.
I think it's Jess Margera, although because of Pod Awful, I keep calling him Jesse.
Yeah,
but
I was reading all of those things. I was like, "What is Pod Awful doing?" And
yeah,
like, it was so confusing.
It doesn't matter. What I've realized is if your name starts with JESS, you're probably a weird Weasley piece of shit. That's what I figured out this weekend.
Oh, if we can find a video of him, like with his flashy jewelry and his cancer body, like he looks like, who was that guy in Vegas? The like super.
Ian, I'm so
gay guy?
glad we're not live streaming. Why did you tell me to open this? Why do we have 3 non-binary?
And you're lying. So he said, if you don't pay, I'm going to call the police. I said, call them. The police come. I explained. They said that this fucking highway robbery. He says my minimum is $400. I go, well, I'll pay that, but it's still a fucking rip-off, jip-off artist. So fuck you. And there's the truth.
Children up on the screen right now.
I guess I should have blacked out their eyes. So this is a tweet from Jesse Margera, who claims he has seen Bam get high on meth, argue with people that aren't there, pee in the sink, attack and try to kill his mother. And I'm gonna assume he was probably the one that called the cops which caused Bam to jump out of a window and flee into the woods with an 8-year-old, which is the scariest part to me is like, if he is on meth with an 8-year-old.
By the way, this is all Jess Margera's side of the story. There is nothing that confirms any of this, and I do not know what the 8-year-old thing is.
You mean
so if you want to
bullshitting and not being the truth?
Perhaps.
If you want to read that, and I'm going to go find a quick clip of him so that we can get to know Jesse, and then maybe you can tell us kind of a little bit about him.
Well, Jess Margera, who, by the way, if you didn't know, Kenny, this is, I think, the lead guitarist for CKY, or the lead drummer for CKY.
Worked in Florida numerous amounts of times on a Baker Act, locking me up for 90 days, but it ain't gonna work here. Stay the fuck away from me, Lima. And you know what? I'm finally getting the FBI to go after you to find out about your fake autopsy killing Amanda Rabb. You're done. And that's why your husband divorced you, because you're a fucking evil bitch. Done. You're done. Stay away from me.
And so,
nice. I remember they had a little band.
Yeah, they had a little band. You might have heard of it. And so Jess Margera says, I was on the road to ruin in 2004, living in LA, playing the game, drinking way too much, doing too much drugs. Then I found out about Ava, and it scared the shit out of me. A little human depends on me. I can't fuck up. I'm so glad I chose to be a good dad instead of a selfish fuck.
You've been living off your brother. You're selfish fuck.
That's fair. That's fair, Kenny. Now, fuck yeah, dude. Can we please make sure the Tony Hawk soundtrack comes in a few more times?
All right, testing. Can you? Hey,
Uncle Dusty in the house.
My man,
Uncle Chop Chop.
What up, Doc?
Hello, Uncle Chop Chop.
Listen, guys. I came here to chew bubblegum and suck tranny dick, dude.
Well, that's perfect.
You goddamn right. You tell him, Kenny. No, you. Let's go.
Music rules. It's funny you say that, Uncle Dusty, because we're talking about Bam Margera right now, who, if you follow Bam Margera on Instagram, is not afraid to admit that he'll suck some dick if it gets him what he wants.
Is that right? Is he? He's hitting the logo Philly glory holes. Huh?
We are now up to more than 3 admissions. I will suck your tuna can if you do this for me. So,
wow. Like, you got pipes full of meth. I'll bend over. You put your cock right in.
You put it right
Possibly.
in.
That's right. You got.
Let's see his cock.
Meth, that's what you say. If you got meth, I'll suck your dick. That's what
Found it.
Oh wow!
All right.
My social media followers, you may think I don't see your comments, but I do. I saw you all rallying behind Bam, asking me to help him. We heard you, and we answered his call. And that is in part thanks to you. If you're not following me already, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.